people who have noticed a recent YouTube trend, Graggle, Grumple, who's calling him Grumple? I feel like
My dad is.
I feel like more people are likely to call him what was it, Gumbly? I think it was Gumbly Simpson, rather than Grumple.
Gumbly? When was he was called Gumbly at one point?
Yeah, Gumbly. Something similar to that, at least.
Oh my, Grape Simpson. What's next?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's start over anyways. So, for the people who have noticed a recent YouTube trend, Graggle Simpson was a mock character that looked as if the design was from an actual character in the show. It was meant to be a creation of a 4chan user, however, this info goes way back. During Treehouse of Horror 4, people reported of a segment that replaced the Devil and Homer Simpson. The segment was called The Return of Graggle Simpson. Before people ask, I bought an eBay listing that was called Complete Simpsons Lot, which was almost $100, so $99 if you want to be technical.
Oh.
Wow.
This is interesting.
Yes, it is. He just so happened to have The Return of Graggle Simpson. He's there.
It was included. It was an extra $1, that's what counted.
Yeah. In the lot had almost all of the complete seasons and the Treehouse of Horror episodes, up until, yeah, another DVD was hidden in the Treehouse of Horror DVD. The DVD had the words Treehouse of Horror 4, So being a fan of the series and watching The Simpsons constantly, it was about time I revisited a classic special from The Simpsons. When I placed the DVD... Huh? I was just reading off the thing. Were you gonna say something first?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. When I placed the DVD in the laptop, it had only one folder called Play, and inside it said Simpsons Treehouse of Horror 4.mp4. Great. A lost episode cliche of a DVD that isn't a DVD and a spooky, scary MP4 file. If you're writing a creepypasta, I don't think you should be pointing out your own cliches in your creepypasta. That's like the one thing you don't do in your own cliched creepypasta, right?
It's trying to be self-aware. It's trying. It's not.
Yeah, it's so bad. So I double-clicked on the file and it brought me to the menu. It was the famous couch gag, just regular, no zombies or stupid scary stuff, relatively seemed normal until the title screen showed up, The Return of Graggle Simpson, the name being in crimson red text. What was weird was that all of the writers were shown on the screen. The episode started with Homer and Bart going trick-or-treating when Homer asked, "Who's that?" Bart looked over. It was Nelson in a Godzilla outfit, albeit poorly. "That's Nelson, Dad. You should have known who he is," Bart said. Homer thought for a bit before laughing hysterically. Suddenly, Nelson was right next to Homer as Homer made a small before pleading to not beat him up. But then something interesting happened. "I'm not Nelson," Nelson said ominously. The two looked at him in silent confusion before Nelson peeled off the costume and, like a horror movie, peeled off his skin to reveal Graggle Simpson. Homer, Bart, and everyone gasped. "Who are you?" the two shouted. Do you want to voice Graggle?
Someone you shouldn't have abandoned!
His voice was overly high and cutting into static. The two screamed and ran before Graggle started snickering. When the two got home, the screen instantly cut to Bart's bedroom where it showed Bart sleeping. It flips to the kitchen where Graggle slid through the kitchen window and sneaked through Homer and Marge's room. Graggle just stood there, holding what looked like an air compressor taped to a screwdriver, with another one in his pocket. Suddenly, Marge slowly looked up. Huh? A murderous thunk was heard as the screwdriver impaled Marge's forehead. She collapsed, knocking stuff off. Marge? Thunk! Another screwdriver in Homer's body. It cuts to Graggle sneaking into Bart's room, now with a hammer in his hand, walking into the corner of Bart's bed, and before I knew it, the credits started rolling, but instead of the black screen credits, it focused on Bart's Krusty the Clown poster now being splattered by Bart's blood, and the screams of Bart, who's being smashed into pieces, the last bit showing a splatter of blood on Krusty's eye, slowly falling down like a tear. I was shocked about this, but because I didn't know what to do about the DVD, so I sent it over to the FBI for an investigation, and it came across nothing. I've contacted friends and writers about the skit and came back with nothing. I've stored the DVD in a warehouse where no one would be able to see the DVD ever again, or until I can get some help across this DVD.